Ladies first.
Oh, see? You can come again. Welcome, Diego Pacheco to October Red Pacheco.
There you go.
Pacheco. I'm
No
rubbish with
problem. Yeah,
names.
of course.
But welcome, how are you?
I'm good, man. Excited to be here. Really happy with the way the press conference went. Excited for Saturday night. You know, the whole week being here has been amazing. People have been great, and just looking forward to putting on a great performance for all the people here.
Diego, I didn't realise you've been signed with Matchroom for such a long time. From when you signed, I think you were 18 years, 17. Wow. How many fights have you had with them so far?
Since I turned pro, I debuted with them, but they actually sent me to Mexico because I was too young. So it wasn't a matchroom card. They sent me with their people from Mexico for my first two fights. Then I turned 18 after that, and then I had my U.S. debut. And I just been on nothing but amazing cards. Of course, I'm the one starting the show off, so a lot of people don't get to see me. But but I've had a lot of great experiences. I'm super thankful for those experiences, and yeah, I'm thankful for this one. I'm getting to headline my first show. Everything happens for a reason. It wasn't the plan, but it's happening, and yeah, extremely thankful and ready to go Saturday.
May I ask then, the decision, you come from Mexico, they're known as having good fighters. There's so many promotional companies that you could have gone for. What made you and your team choose Matchroom?
When I was first thinking of turning pro, it kind of happened fast. It wasn't in my plans to turn pro. My dream was to be a Mexican Olympian and bring an Olympic gold medal to Mexico. That was my initial goal. But I was born and raised in Los Angeles, California. Both my parents are from Mexico, and I went to Mexico to the Olympic Training Center, and I was there for about 3 months. And then I was in 2018, and then so the Olympics were in 2020. I had to wait 2 more years for the Olympics, and honestly, I didn't want to live in Mexico. That was my only choice, to live in Mexico and stay there until the Olympics. And I really didn't want to do that. So that's when I looked into the other option, which was turning pro, because I couldn't go back to the U.S. They closed the doors on me because I was with Mexico. So the other option was to turn pro. So we got a lot of offers from a lot of different promoters. And Eddie Hearn, that's when he was first coming to the U.S. And the plans that he had with the Zone Matchroom was amazing. I've always been a fan of a few UK fighters, even before Eddie Hearn ever reached out to me. So the opportunity of being able to do this, come here to the UK and headline a show like this in a whole different country is just sounded amazing to me. And everything that they promised, they came through. And yeah, man, I signed an extension not too long ago. So yeah, I'm super happy and excited to give you guys a great show Saturday.
I'm really happy to hear that. Congratulations for that. The first fight that I noticed, I think it was the one when you were in Saudi. You have a very older head style for your age. You're very patient. The way that you took out your opponent, you really look for your shots. You didn't rush. You got him with a lovely straight jab, but it was the overhand right. The timing on that right that you do is just impeccable. Talk to me about that.
I just feel, honestly, I feel I have God-given talents. I feel I have a lot of skills, and I train really hard. I have a perfect team behind me. I have Matchroom who's behind me. My parents have always been behind me. It's just, I'm destined to be great. That's how I really feel. And yeah, man, I couldn't be more thankful for this opportunity. When I fought in Saudi Arabia, it was a 4-rounder. I wasn't even supposed to get washed by you. And then I feel like that's God. God. He put me co-main event and when I wasn't supposed to, and the whole world got to see me, and that was amazing, man. And now here, I wasn't supposed to be main event, but now it's just happened. So it's amazing, man. I feel like I'm just destined for greatness, and I'm excited, man. Looking forward to do what I do, and that's put on a great performance and hopefully win over some UK fans come Saturday night.
I have absolutely no doubt that you will. But Diego, your style of fighting, where does that come from? I mean, who did you look up to? Is that just pure, I don't know, you studying and creating your own style? What is your influence in boxing?
Yeah, I feel like honestly, I have a lot of fighters that I look up to. Of course, growing up, my dad had a lot of Mexican fighters: Chavez, Manuel Marquez. The list goes on. But one of my favorite fighters, Floyd Mayweather, who could box beautifully. One of the best, to me, the best boxer of the era. And yeah, honestly, I never try to mimic anyone. I just try to do what worked for me. I've always been tall. I've always been skinny and lanky, but everyone's always told me I had power. And then when I started competing, it was obvious I did. I was stopping most of the guys I was in the ring with. So, I just went with that. Trusting. Always being smart, of course. But using my head before anything. using my natural gifted skills, which is being able to move. You know, I'm 6'4", but I feel like I can move like a smaller guy. You know, my legs can move easily. I move my head. You know, I can do everything, man. Honestly, I feel like my talents are really special, and I'm excited to show that Saturday night. You know, I'm super thankful for the opportunity and thankful for the support that I've been receiving.
You are very light-footed on your feet, not the stereotypical. You usually say that, you know, the Mexican fighters are usually quite flat-footed, but you are literally, you know, you've got your heel up on your foot, you're bouncing, you've got that balance, and it's like, it's just the way that you move around the ring. It really is a pleasure to watch.
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. I feel like my style is a mix of American style and Mexican style. You know, I can move, I can box, and I can also sit there and bang. You know, feel I have the power for that, and I have the heart for that as well. You know, and I'm always ready for a fight. You know, if it's a tough fight, if it's a fight that I can win easily, you know, I'm gonna do it. And I'm always come out on top.
So when you're going back into the corner, your coach has openly admitted that you're a very good listener. How important is that in boxing, Diego? Because sometimes, say for example, you're getting the better of an opponent, it can go to your head, you might rush for the finish, you don't get it, then you can slip up. So when you go back into the corner and your coach is giving you those instructions, what is it about you that makes it different, that you will actually listen to those instructions?
You know, I always have to listen because, you know, when you're in the ring, you don't see what people from the outside get to see. And you know, he sees a lot of different things. You know, my coach, Jose Benavidez, has been in many fights, many big fights. So, you know, I trust him a lot. You know, all the advice he gives me, it always works. So, you know, I always try to listen. You know, even other guys. I don't know if you saw in my fight in Vegas on the Canelo and Triple G undercard, Eddie Hearn scrammed out, throw the overhand right, and I just threw it, boom, and I got the knockout. You know, so you know, I don't know why I tend to listen a little bit and hear things and try them out. You know, and usually they work for me. You know, so yeah, I'm gonna keep doing that.
Matt, did you say that you sparred Canelo as well?
Yeah. I was in part of Canelo's camp for when he fought Callum Smith. You know, he was messing up my arm just like he did Callum.
Yeah, get rid of those arms so they can't hit you.
Yeah, that was a great strategy he did. You know, I started applying it a little bit as well too. You know, sometimes you kind of run out of things to do, so you're like, man, I'm gonna just try this, man, F it. You know, so yeah, it was a great experience. Learned a lot, and super thankful for all the world champions who brought me into their camps.
Can I ask then, who hits hardest, Benavidez or Canelo?
It's quite different because honestly, Canelo was probably throwing like 5 to 10 punches to me a round when we're sparring. He's loading up on one shot the whole time, and Benavidez throws like 100,000 punches per round. So it's completely different, you know. I feel Benavidez is where I get the best work. You know, I feel like he gives me the best work. He pushes me more than anyone. So yeah, I would think Benavidez gives me the best work, and I don't know if he hits harder than Canelo, but he definitely gives me better work. Yes, exactly.
So in relation to your opponent, Jack Cullen, you know, is coming in. It's so weird. He's coming in as the underdog on his own soil. Do you study your opponents, or do you leave that down to your coach and you kind of like will go off what your coach says, and when you get in the ring, it's back down to those instincts, looking for those angles, those gaps to attack?
To be honest, I study myself, and then I have everyone around me studies him too. My little brother, my coach, all my coaches, my dad. Everyone just is. We're watching him. We're seeing what works, and you know, I might think something, and my dad might think something else, and Jose Benavidez might think something else. So we kind of all put it all together and come up with a game plan. Yeah, exactly. That's what it's about, teamwork. You know, I go up there by myself, but I have a whole team behind me who's supporting me and guiding me through everything. You know, most importantly, and I believe in them just like they believe in me, and I feel that's what's gotten us to where we are, and that's what's going to keep getting me to strive to get to where I really want to be, and that's become a world champion.
And I have no doubt the path is clear for you. Diego, it's been an absolute pleasure. All the best on Saturday night, and yeah, it's been a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. Likewise. I appreciate the support.
Hi, and thank you for watching October Red Boxing. Like, subscribe, and tap the bell for notifications. You can also find us on Instagram at October Red Boxing and on Twitter, October Red UK. And remember, at October Red, we stay ready.